Hey, what's going on? Wanted to pop on here and tell you guys a little story um, about what is this 2020? So 13, 14 years ago, I got fired. And I want to show you something that you guys have probably seen. Hey, warrior grandma, how you doing? What's your real name? Hey, Jim Weaver, what's going on? So I want to tell you this story, but first I want to show you something that's really funny. So check this out. You guys have seen this, but it's the way it's Susan. Hey, Susan on Periscope. There she is. Look at that pretty face on Periscope. What's going on? So here, check this out.
So you get fired again, huh?
Oh, yeah. They always freak out when they leave the scene of an accident, you know?
Yeah, well, I lost my job, too.
Man, you are one pathetic loser. No offense.
No, none taken.
Have you ever felt like that? Seriously. That's one of my favorite movies. If you've never seen Dumb and Dumber, you got to go watch it. But anyway, so I got fired back I don't know 13 years ago ish. 2000, I think it was like 2006, 2007. I was working at this job and I was one of the top reps in the entire company. In fact, one of their veteran reps was out at a house, could not close this deal. And so they asked me to go out and do a follow-up with him. And I went out and of course I walked away and I actually, hey, yeah, I'm Fred today. So I actually walked away from that deal and, hey, Christopher, how you doing? Good to see you. I'm a fan of you too, man. What's up, Jeff Allen? So I got that deal, right? And I closed it for a veteran salesperson that worked there, that could not figure out how to make this deal happen. I got the deal done. And it wasn't long after that hey, Stan, good to see you, man. It wasn't long after that I don't remember all the details that led up to this, but the sales manager was smoking weed in a company vehicle, smoking pot in a company vehicle. Now, if you smoke pot, whatever, that's on you. I don't care. I don't do it. And I sure as heck wouldn't ever do something like that in a company vehicle. And he was the manager. And so I went to the owner of the company and I said, hey, dude, your guy is like smoking weed in a company in the company vehicle like that. That's not cool. He's riding around with other reps, going to appointments, smoking weed, probably not good for the company image. Just saying. And so the next day I got fired. I literally got fired. I was like, really? I'm getting fired? They're like, yeah, we don't think you're a good fit for the team or blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, all right, you know what? Whatever. And I remember, and hey, Jenna, yeah, you made it onto one of my lives. I'm live on 4 different Facebook pages, 2 YouTube channels, Periscope and Twitch. So, I left there and I was on track to probably make 130, 140 grand. Wasn't bad money at all. And I was like, I left there. I remember feeling like that clip I just showed you. What's up, Rick? I left there feeling like the clip from Dumb and Dumber, like, what a pathetic loser. Like, you just got fired by a guy that smokes a lot of weed because you said something about him smoking a lot of weed. And I was like, okay, let's look at this. Like, and I'll never, ever, ever forget how, because it was a good 45 minutes or more from my house. And I remember that that drive home, and I remember the shame and the guilt and the, oh, if I would have just not said anything, and all of that stuff was running through my head, and I literally got depressed. I got into a funk. I had been sober for quite a while already. I was like, I think I'm not sure if I thought about drinking that day, but I'll tell you something. I thought about a lot of things, like turning around and going back and beating the crap out of somebody, ending up in jail probably. I thought about a lot of things. What I didn't think about was a solution. I just thought about the problem, and I got really, really depressed and scared, because like I had just been fired. I lost my income. And so what did I do? Well, for the next few months or more, I pretty much stayed in that funk. I stayed depressed and ended up getting a divorce, ended up living at a buddy's house. And one day, after me living at his house for 45 or 60 days, he comes home, and I didn't have a job, and I was like just living there. And I'm like, he goes, dude, I love you, right? And I'm like, yeah, dude, I appreciate your help, man, and helping me get through this rough patch in my life. And, I just got a divorce, and I just got and getting fired months and months ago. And so I was staying stuck in that problem. Hey, Be Free, how you doing? Jim McCord is in the house. So he comes home and he's like, well, look, dude, you need to get your SH blank T together and get out. And I'm like, get out? He goes, yeah, you need to go get your own place. You need to get out of my house, dude. Like, this is my house. And I'm like, I thought we were boys, man. What happened? And he's like, no, dude, it's not even like that, man. You need to just take responsibility for your life, and you need to get your crap back together. And I said, well, what am I going to do? What am I supposed to do? I'm sorry, I just got a call from my attorney. Hopefully he's not calling to say, don't talk about that online. I'm just kidding. So I was like, what am I going to do? And he's like, dude, you're good at marketing. You're good at website development. You're good at these things. Get back into that, man. Start your own company again. Get back into it. And I was like, well, dude, I don't know, man. I freelanced for years and doing that. And he goes, get back into it. And he was a retired doctor, and he was a client at one point of mine. And I said, all right, fine. And so, him and I used to sit there at night and watch CSI Miami. And I'm like, I sat there and the reason we watched it was probably, hey, Kathy, how are you? Probably wasn't the storyline. Seemed like there was always beach scenes, if you know what I mean. But anyway, so I said, I don't even know what I would name the company. I used to just go by, oh, you're at the Grant Cardone live event right now. That's awesome. So I would tell Grant, I said, hey, so I'm like, what do I guess I could name it. I could name the company something. I need to name it something catchy that people won't forget. And I go, you know what? I'm going to name it CSI. And he goes, yeah. And so I looked, CSI.com was taken, of course. And I'm like, okay, hold on. CSI. Client Solution Innovations. That's it. That's what I'm going to name it. I'm going to name it Client Solution Innovations. And so I went out the next day. It was that day, because that was in the morning. It was that day. I literally he gave me a $20 bill and he goes, dude, this is it. I can't give you any more money. This is it. $20. So I smoked cigarettes back then. They were $3 a pack. I went and bought a pack of cigarettes. I put $10 gas in my car, and I had $7 left over. Hey, Lynn. And so So I'm like, all right, I got $7 for the McDonald's dollar menu for lunch and dinner, but I'm going to go out and knock on doors until my knuckles bleed. And I will find somebody to hire me to help them with their website today. And I was determined to find somebody. And guess what? I found somebody. It was not until later in the day. It was after knocking on probably 50 doors. I don't even remember. Everybody was like, no, I'm good. I got this guy doing that. I got this guy. I got blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to keep going no matter what. I had no other choice. Like, I had no other choice. How do you even go get a job when your resume says that you owned a company as a freelancer for a long time and then you got fired from the job that you had, right? So I didn't even consider that an option. I was like, you know what? I am not giving up. So I kept going. And then I ran into a guy that I had done some work earlier in life for. And he says he owned an insurance company, and I had built his website originally long time before that, several years. And he says, I thought you were dead. I said, really? He's like, yeah, I need some changes on my website. I'm glad you stopped by. And I said, he wanted to do a few things. And look, man, I was desperate. Like, I wasn't about to say $2,000 because I knew he would have said no way. And so I said, well, look, man, for these changes, I can do this, and this, and it'll be $600. He goes, perfect. Now, I didn't even have an LLC. I didn't have anything at that point. He says, who do I make the check out to? I said, well, my friends call me Cash, because I didn't have it. Like, I just didn't have any other way. So he wrote me a check for half down. He said, when you get the rest of it finished, I'll give you the balance. Or when you get it all finished, I'll give you the balance. I said, perfect. So I went home back to my buddy's house, turned on my computer, and I went to work. And I did not stop until it was like 4 or 5 o'clock in the morning. I got everything finished. I got it all done. And I called him. I went to sleep for about 4 hours. I woke up. I called him. I said, I got it done. It's ready to roll. And he said, you got to be kidding me. I said, I'm not kidding you. I'm going to come back up because I needed that money. So I went back over there. I collected the other $300. I went downtown. I filed for my LLC, and I got Client Solution Innovations rolling. And that was in 2007. And I got to tell you something. It's the best thing that ever happened to me, getting fired. And you want to hear a funny part? Here's a funny part of the whole story. And again, I'm not mentioning names or company names or anything, but the very sales manager, listen to me, guys. This is for real. Karma is real. It's real. Okay. So remember that when you go about your business, remember that whatever you're putting out will come back to you. It will. And I truly believe that that things don't happen to you, they happen for you. Okay. So I had to reframe all of that. And I got my business started. Years later, I get a phone call from a friend of mine that owns a ginormous company. And he says, hey, do you know so-and-so? I said, that name sounds familiar. I said, yeah, that's the guy that fired me at the other company. And he goes, oh, he just applied for a job with my company. What do you think of him? I said, well, dude, I said, honestly, how do I say this without sounding unprofessional? Well, okay, I'll tell you why I got fired from that company. He was driving around smoking weed in that company. I think he's a piece of crap, but hey, if you want to hire him, good luck. He's like, no, I got too many resumes. I'm not hiring somebody like that. I appreciate it, bro. So he didn't get a job because he smoked weed in a company car. So look, all I'm saying is, you know, what comes around goes around. And if somebody's done you wrong, they'll just be a good person, man. Just be a good person and persevere. Keep pushing, push through all the crap. I lived in that depressive state. I don't even know how long, 3, 4, 5 months, probably. And I stayed there and I let it bother me. I kept playing those tapes over and over and over and over and over in my head. I kept saying, look, man, if I would have done this or I would have done that different or whatever it was, like, you nailed it. Don't let the world change you. That's it. Like I kept playing those tapes over and over in my head and thinking, man, if I would have done this different or I would have done. And by the way, I keep seeing people share this. Thank you for sharing this, Jeff Allen. I know you shared it. And here's the other thing. So that happened, what, 13 years ago, right? 13, 14 years ago, whatever it was. Here's the thing. Had I stayed in that company, had I become a manager in that company, making 200 grand, 300 grand a year, I would have gotten comfortable. I would have stayed there. I would have been comfortable. It was a good company outside of that jackwagon. And it was a great company. But I would have stayed there. I would have stayed there and I would have stayed in a level of comfort that would have eventually, now I'm not saying that's horrible money. It's not. Look, 2, 3, even 100 grand a year is great money. But here's the thing. I want more out of life. And it's not just the money. It's not. I would have never started doing live streaming. I would have never met Grant Cardone. I would have never become friends with Grant. I would have never become friends with Jeffrey Gitomer. There are so many people, Linda Ann Barber and Jeff Allen, you guys, I wouldn't even know you. Like, if I would have stayed in that job and not been fired from it, life would be a whole lot different than it is right now. And I love my life. I love what I do. I would have never learned how to live stream. I would have never learned how to do social media and get out and meet all of the people that I've met. I would have never been on a stage in Vegas with Lynn Serrano introducing me out there. I would have never been in San Diego as an influencer judge. And by the way, I just got a contract. I just signed a contract for another speaking engagement in Dallas in April with hundreds, or I don't even know how many people are going to be there. At first I thought it was 3,000. Now I'm hearing 400 or 500, but whatever, it doesn't matter. I don't care if it's 10 people, if it's one person, because if I can impact the world in a positive way, 1 or 2 or 3 people. Venom Snake, I appreciate Venom Snake over on Twitch just followed me. Man, I don't know that I have a lot of followers on Twitch, so thank you. I appreciate that. So not just that, think of all the people you're like. I mean, look, that's true. That's absolutely true. And so bad things happen. They do. Bad things happen. They happen to you. They happen to me. They happen to people we love. And here's the thing. Okay. We're going to experience bad things. That's inevitable. That's life. Like, you cannot avoid it. You cannot avoid it. My book is called Walls of Wisdom, Turning Pain into Profit. What that means is you can take the pain in your life, the bad things in your life, and man, you can reframe that. You can reframe it. You can laugh about it. You can find good somewhere and reframe it. Reframe it. And you can literally change the world with the right mental attitude. You can literally have a positive impact in other people's lives if you have the right attitude, because bad things are going to happen. Things aren't going to go the way that you think they're going to go. Things are going to take a left turn at Albuquerque and you're going to go, what the heck just happened? I wasn't planning on getting fired. I was one of the top salespeople in that company, making a lot of money for myself and the company, making things happen that other people couldn't make happen. But guess what? I got fired because I called out I'll be nice. I'll keep it G-rated. I called out an idiot for smoking weed in a company vehicle. So I got fired. And that's cool. That's cool. And I was resentful about it for months. For months. And then I finally pulled my head out of my rear end and I got it together. And I said, look, man, I have no other choice but to go out and start winning. I have to go win. So if you're going through something tough right now, if you're going through some hard times, or when you go through some hard times, just remember that it's not happening to you. It's happening for you. I hate my friend Cobra. He tricked me to eat a poison frog. Yeah, that's not good. But like things are happening to make you stronger, to make you tougher, to turn your pains into profit in life. So just remember that. Don't let it hold you down. Don't let other people's crap. Like, dude, look, you were smoking weed in a company vehicle. Man up. And instead you fired me. Okay, that's cool. That's cool. It's going to happen. Oh, well, next, move on. You got to move on. So listen, I appreciate all of you popping by. By the way, for those of you who don't know, I'm doing giveaways on my YouTube channel exclusively. Ken Walls is on YouTube. Just look up YouTube. Go to, if you're on a computer, look up, let me see if I have it here, right here. There, it's going across the bottom of the screen, youtube.com/Ken Walls. Go over there and subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'm going live on the YouTube channel only at 4:00 today. I'm doing another giveaway. I did a $50 Amazon gift card giveaway the other day, 2 days ago. Thank you, Warrior Grandma. Who is that again? Susan. So make sure you go over, share this out, because let me tell you something. What's up, Click Ninja? Let me tell you something. The people that the people that are showing me the most love, that are sharing this out the most, the people that are getting me the most attention for my YouTube channel, you and anybody that was on that live stream, it's in my YouTube channel. Go watch it. Anybody that was on that live stream the other day that saw me give away that, because I was gonna only do a $25 gift card on Amazon. I was, and I decided, you know what? If you guys go blow me up, whoever blows me up, puts this out on Twitter, on Instagram, on Facebook, whoever blows me up the most, you're going to have the biggest shot at winning the gift card. And this young dude on YouTube, he had like 4 different people show up on my live stream on there and subscribe to my YouTube channel, and he won a $50 gift card. So I don't play. And if you guys have been following me for any amount of time, you know that I don't mess around. I like to give. I like to help people. Jeff Allen says, that dude is probably following you. I'm sure you're now helping him. Hey, you know what? I hope I am. I hope I am. And I hope that, here's the thing. I rarely expect other people to change. I really do. I've found that people like to stay stuck in their problems. They like to stay stuck right there in their heads about their problems. A lot of people would rather complain and tell you about how bad their life is and how miserable. I have 4 snake followers on Snake Instagram. So, a lot of people would rather just complain about their problems than actually do something about them. And not everybody, some people want actual solutions. And when I'm coaching people, that's what I do. I give them solutions. I help them get through the crap and have a different life, have a different existence. So I appreciate all of you being on here. You all rock. Thank you for, I'd see that Click Ninja just followed me on YouTube. Thank you. Thank you to everyone who's following me on YouTube and on all these other platforms. I genuinely appreciate you all. I have 84 Snake followers on Snake Instagram. Awesome. All right, listen, you guys have an awesome day. I'll see you on YouTube, on the youtube.com/Ken Walls. I'll see you at 4:00. I will be doing a giveaway at 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time today. That's in 3.5 hours. So see you guys then. Thanks so much. Appreciate all of you. And I will see you very, 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 very soon. Jenna, I haven't decided on the topic yet. We'll see. I always like to make it a surprise. So we'll see you then. Thanks so much.